All right, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be another little quickie. In the meantime of trying to get the underside of it blasted and painted, I'm just waiting for tools that I want to buy that are not available locally, maybe in the next week or so. If not, then I'll just continue on with my other methods. But right now I'm going to talk about the torque box braces and just quick little install on those. And don't be afraid to use a hammer and a pry bar. Anything you got to do to pry the thing into place. So, and I figured it's a really good time since, everybody's got their car upside down. Makes it real easy to do. So, there's that one over there, and there's that one over there. It's really convenient to do at this point. So, I'll get to it. All right, well, it's a few days later. Kind of piddling on it here and there. Yeah, how it goes. I've been working on the bathroom some. I got trim to do. For some reason the other night somebody forgot to paint it, so I couldn't put it up quick enough, so I had to paint it, and now I gotta wait for it to dry again. So you know how those projects go. But I was running the brush on there, got a bunch of the dirt and gunk off, and a lot of that stuff that you saw that was red and looked like rust in the camera is dirt. Where this car was at, there is a lot of this nasty red dirt sand stuff, and it looks like rust when it's on anything. So it's dirt and clay and rust, and it's an iron oxide nasty. It's really, really nasty red dirt stuff. So at the point where I've cleaned it up some more, I actually got to the point where you see a lot of the original paint underneath here. I'll zoom in that minute, but you can see some of that. Now I've finally decided, and I'm going to start working on these little guys over here, and kept putting them off, forgetting about it, because partially what I did was well, I had it on here. I went back and did all my cross measurements again, just to make sure nothing had moved in the time of me having it all put together and getting on here, because everything for the firewall has been replaced. So it's new frame rails, new radiator support, new fender aprons, everything for the firewall, including these, are new. This floor support is all new. So that took a lot of time, and just sitting there looking at it, trying to make sure. I was like, well, is it close? Is it right? You don't really have any true measurements, to work off of. So you do the best you can. You measure a friend's car. So I'm going to get that guy on here, and this is going to be a difficult one because it doesn't fit. The other one, it'll fit pretty well. This one doesn't fit. So let me get started on it. Okay, well, at this point, I've got it up here. I've actually prepped the holes in here. I've prepped everything ready to go. These are hard drive magnets. So if you ever have an old hard drive, take it apart, get the magnets out. They're super strong magnets. And it's free because you're going to throw the hard drive away. So as you can see, that's not even remotely close. That is not even, geez, that's ugly. But this one, it's not going to line up well, no matter what. So I've basically come to the point where I said, okay, it is what it is. I'm going to weld it at this point, and then I will just pull it into place over here, and I will pull it up and clamp it into place. And then when I get up to this one here, I will tweak that over, beat it over the hammer, tweak, hammer, big hammer, I'm not sure which. We'll find out. Either way, it'll work. But I'll get this welded on here, and then we'll see how that pulls into place. This is either going to work great, or is going to end up, making this thing a, weird bent up thing and just not work at all. So we'll find out. Okay, well, it's welded on there, and now we're going to see if this works. I'm going to clamp that and see if I butcher it or it works. If it doesn't work, you'll never see it. Well, I don't know what you guys are looking at, but I actually get a close-up. That'll work. It'll work. So I'll beat that down really nice and tight against there and weld it, and then I'll come up here and I will bend that over, make it fit too. All right, well, as you can see, even if yours is really screwed up, you can make it work. So all I did was weld this one first, clamp over here, weld here, beat things so it's nice and tight, because this has too much of a curve here compared to that. It didn't fold this badly. It's not perfect, but it works. Now up here, had that little curve I had to work on, and take a vice clamp or C-clamp, stick that in there, you know, whack it with a hammer and bend up in here. You don't want to bend out here, you want to bend up here, right in this little area here, and that will bring you back to that nice little curve that you need for that to sit in there. Now, I'm going to flip over to the other side, and that should just be a cakewalk compared to this one. It should just fit right on. I wasn't sure it was recording there because my GoPro is acting up yet again. Wonderful piece of technology. Okay, so I've got the hard one in. Now I'm going to work on the easy one. And as you can see here, let me get out of the way. As you can see, I've got the car flipped over, so that makes life a lot easier. So I'll get you kind of moved in here a little closer, and we'll take a look at the fit of this one. Oh, come on, get off the cable. Cords and hoses are going to kill me one of these days. Okay, so I think you're kind of in there. Yeah, all right. So this little guy's going to go here, and as you can see already, this fits tremendously better than the other side. I don't blame this part. I blame the torque boxes and the frame rails. I don't think it's so much this part in my case on the other side over there, but you see I'm pretty much flush here, and that's not horrible there. So that's nowhere near as big a gap. So I will do the same thing over here. I'm not going to film it, but I'll do the same thing where I will clean up the holes, weld this side, and start pulling it in across, and get that one, get that one, get that one, and bend that one into place, weld it on. And they're pretty easy, pretty straightforward, especially when you roll the car upside down. You know, it gets right in front of you, easy to work on. You don't have to bend over, you're not welding upside down. You know, a lot easier that way. All right, well, my phone just crapped out that was talking to this, is showing me what's on here. And when I pushed the record button, it made that crash and nothing works right. So, GoPro. All right, so I've got both of them welded on, and let me get you off that stand. And all right, come on. Okay, so yeah, I've got the other one on there, and it's as easy as it is. I had to do the same thing here. I welded this one first. I filled a couple little holes that I missed. I clamped it here, welded that one, clamped over here, welded that one, and then put a different clamp and welded that one. So I'll grind that. And I did the same thing over here. Same thing with that big long bar clamp and a hammer, and had to change that one a little bit too. But that's as easy as it is. It's not that big a deal. I just I didn't want to mess with it while it was upside down. I don't know what you're looking at, but I hope you're looking at me. But I didn't want to mess with it upside down. I figured, you know, since everybody's got a rotisserie, so they can just flip the car upside down. So, you know, wait till you do it, you know, get it on there and then do it then. You know, piece of cake. So if you're doing them, don't be afraid of just manhandling them into place, because that's what you have to do. You could sit there and bend them off the car and bend here, bend there, put it on there. If you're worried about, you know, always pre-stressed in this way because I did it on the car, and it's just it's not a space shuttle. It's really not. So just make it work. You know, grind it off, fill all the gaps in, all those edges. When you get done, every corner edge, it's an opening. Fill that with seam sealer, because you don't want water getting in there. So that's it. That's simple. I'm going to go in and see if the paint's dry on that trim. See if I can put that up. It probably won't be. At least I did get the nail gun and all that stuff in there. So hopefully in the next few days, it looks like Harbor Freight may have that tool out. So if it's the price range reasonable, I will grab that, and I'll use that to strip the bottom of the car a whole lot faster than the method I was going to do for a lot of it. So, you know, I'm going to piddle on a little bit here and there and hopefully get that tool. We'll see. But, oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. You know, you subscribe, I really do appreciate it, you know. But yeah, next we'll be stripping and painting. Really, we'll be stripping and painting the bottom of this thing, realistically, and hopefully undercoating.